I had a situation that I couldn't put in the vlog. So I do this thing in my videos where I paint people's walls. And like when they're out of town, I go into the room. None of you guys know about this because I kept it a complete secret because I couldn't put it on the vlog. I go into someone's room and I paint their wall, and it's usually a portrait of me on the wall. I've done it to Scott and I've done it to Todd. And on Todd's wall, it was me having sex with Todd, like naked, whatever. And I decided to do it to my friend Jonah and Vardan. Jonah is an Armenian boy, and his little brother is named Vardan, and he's 11 years old. And I wanted to do it to them, so I had them sleep over at my house. And I called the artist to come do the house as they were sleeping. And he wasn't responding to my calls. He said he was down to do it at like 6 p.m. He's like, I'll be there at 9. And I'm like, okay, sounds good. I took him out of the house at like 8:30. I was like, come now, whatever. He says, on my way at around 9:30. So I'm waiting for him to get there. Like, I'm staying up, obviously. It's still only 9:30. And no response. And I just, I keep waiting for a response. No response. Nothing's coming back. The artist seems like he's about to flake on me. And I stay up, and it's 4 a.m. at this point. I'm just waiting. Jonah and Vardan have fallen asleep like maybe 2.5 hours ago. And I finally get a text from this guy, and he's like, I'm so sorry. Like, I messed up. Like, I just got really tired. I just knocked out. I've been working all day, which is totally fine. It's totally normal. Like, I get it. And I'm like, dude, it's all good. Let's still get it done. Let's get it done right now. I'll stall him in the morning. And he's like, okay, fuck it, let's do it. So he Ubered to my house, to the Vardan and Jonah's place at like 4:30 in the morning, 5 in the morning.
Who let him in?
Jonah's sister. And she was in on it. The entire family was in on it, except Jonah and Vardan. And I gave him specific instructions. I said, paint me with a with a bunch of lions next to me, like white lions, white tigers, and then paint me in a huge king's throne. And I want Vardan in a beautiful princess outfit, like looking like Cinderella. And then I want Jonah to be like a really fat, like Joker. Like Jester. Yeah, the guy who like entertains the king. And just be like this funny painting on the wall. And I wanted it to cover the entire wall. Anyway, now it's around 7 a.m. It's around like 6:30 a.m. I get a text, and he's like, we're good to go. I'm starting the painting. We've moved everything, and I'm starting to paint. So I'm like, this is awesome. Great. He's painting. And like noon comes around, and I'm assuming that it should be already done by now. So I text him. I'm like, hey, is the painting done? And he's like, not yet, man. I'm putting on the finishing touches. This is going to be lit. This is going to be amazing. I'm so excited for you to see it. And so I'm like, fuck it. I took Vardan and Jonah out to eat for breakfast. This was my posting day too, so I was really wasting my time here. So it's 2:30 p.m. and I'm like, okay, it's time to go back to their place and show them the wall. And I got to their place. The way I do it is I go in first and I record my reaction live on camera. And I met with the artist, and he's like, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. And I walk into there. The artist is in the other room. And I open my eyes, and it's absolutely not even remotely close to what I said I wanted done. I mean, like, it's hard for me to explain.
What'd you pay him?
I didn't pay him anything.
You didn't.
It was for the shout out, it was for the shout out, and it was nothing remote. Like it was. I mean, like you guys have to see it on video, like how it looks.
Yeah, I saw it.
Jason saw it, but it's completely different than how it was supposed to look. To the point where it was awful. He's a good artist, but it was just a different style of painting. It was super abstract, and it didn't make any sense.
There's no lions.
I mean, you saw it. It didn't make any sense. No. You didn't know what you were looking at. No. And it wasn't even the entire wall. It was like 1/4 of the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very tiny.
Did he say he fell asleep again?
No, he didn't. And this painting took him like over 6-7 hours, and I'm sitting there, and like the second I open my eyes, I go, oh my God, Holy cow! Yes! Because he's sitting in the other room.
I could have been there to see your reaction. I can tell when you're faking it.
He's sitting in the other room, and I'm like fucking pretending this is the most amazing painting I've ever seen. And then after I get all my fake yes is out, I go fuck. I don't know what to fucking do. I don't know what to do. And then I invite my friend Scott in the room, and Scott comes in. He opens his eyes and he goes, Todd, come in here and give David a reaction. Because it was brutal. Guys, it looked nothing like it. So I had to, so then I told them, I whispered to them, I'm like, guys, listen, the artist is in the other room. We have to act like this is amazing. I don't want to hurt his feelings. So they're all like, yeah, wow, this is incredible. Holy shit. We went outside, we high-fived him. We're like, that was amazing. And then I went to go grab Jonah and Vardan from the car because I was going to surprise them now. Now it's their room. It's time for them to see it. Right. And I grab, before I grab him in the car, I go up to Jonah, the older one, and I go, hey, listen, I painted your wall. It didn't turn out anything like I wanted it to. The artist is still in the house. Please act like you love it. Just act like you love it. Right. And he's like, no, fuck that. I'm going to tell him it sucks ass. I'm like, no, just act like you love it. He got in the room. And he was like, wow, holy shit. And then his little brother got in the room and he goes, oh my God. And then 2 minutes later, his little brother goes, I wish you would have painted something else. Even his little 11-year-old brother didn't like it. And then his mom walks in and his mom goes, is anybody hungry? She saw the painting for the first time, did not care for it at all. So at this point, the painting is awful, nothing like what we wanted it to be, and I can't put it in my video because I've had different artists do an amazing job on the wall. So I don't want to put a worse painting up. It has to keep improving itself. Right. That's the whole point of any video. And I texted him after we left, and I'm like, dude, I have two options here. I can pay you for your time, which I'm totally okay with. You tell me how much it cost, or I can post the video and I can tag you, or I can not tag you, but I'm gonna make fun of the painting, right? And I'm gonna explain to people that it's not how I wanted it to turn out, right? And
what'd he say?
And he's like, I told him, I'm like, I don't want to tag you in it because I don't want to associate you with the painting. But he didn't understand. He didn't get it.
What did he say?
He's like,
it was great?
No, he said, I feel really embarrassed for not doing what you wanted me to do. And I'm like, yeah, dude, that's fine. It totally happens. That's why these paintings are so crazy. It's because I give you full permission to do whatever you want, basically. Right. And then yeah, I told him, I'm like, yeah, I'm just not going to post it because it's just weird. And then he texted me 2 days ago and he goes, yo man, when are you going to post it? I want to post a timeline of me doing it. So now I'm stuck and I don't know if I should post it or not.
He wants to post a timeline. What does that mean?
He wants to post his version, behind the scenes of it. Oh, I'm sorry that was a really long story, but
no, that was a good story.
Thanks. It was a good story. Thanks for cheering me up.
Can you stop for a second? I just have all this Google Home stuff behind me that I have to move. I'm so sorry.
Are you promoting Google Home?
Oh, yes.
But now I have this painting that's not the best, and I have to post it, and I feel really bad because we just talk trash about it.
But I don't understand. He doesn't get it. He didn't understand.
He doesn't understand that it's bad, and he doesn't understand.
Did you tell him that there's no throne, there's no tigers? That doesn't look like the people.
No, I didn't want to offend him. I was so nice to him. I'm like, dude, it's fucking great. It's just not what this vlog needs right now.
But you probably needed to explain to him the details, and it wouldn't have hurt his feelings because he's an artist. I'm sure he's heard it a million times.
I think I will.
Okay.
And I think I will explain it to him. I don't know. I'm just really nervous. But
you have no problem being an asshole to me.
Well, yeah, but
so I don't see why you can't tell this guy.
No, but you know what I would love to tell this guy?
What?
Is that squarespace.com.
That's a huge ad for us.
Yeah, is it?
They're big. It's a high-level brand. It's a brand that people respect, admire, and know about.
We really appreciate the support on these podcasts because we're getting companies